How's Lord Byron this morning?
I thought we agreed not to mention that, Trevor.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
Well, I don't. I don't need reminding that my brother stole that poem just to impress us.
Well, I wouldn't say he stole it exactly. Just borrowed it, Mary. Nothing unusual in that. He's always borrowing things.
Not from Lord Byron. And one of his finest poems.
Well, I know what Byron's got to complain about. At least he's not borrowing his socks and underpants.
I feel so ashamed. I don't know what Laura must have thought.
I shouldn't worry, Mary. Probably all for the best. At least she's seen through his pose as a successful writer.
I don't know what makes him do it. His tongue seems to run away with him.
Yes, and usually when he's on my phone. You must watch that, Mary. He was phoning Hong Kong yesterday.
You're exaggerating, Trevor.
No, I'm not. And he never puts a penny in that telephone tin.
Well, perhaps he doesn't know where it is.
Well, I'll show him.
Oh, while you're there, could you get some money out for the window cleaner?
What do you want a window cleaner for, Mary? I got you a ladder last Christmas. I see you're on the telephone again, Howard. Oh, I hope I'm not disturbing you.
No, that's all right, Trev. I couldn't get through. I think it's only 4 in the morning their time.
Oh, no. Howard, about this phone.
Oh, yes, Trevor.
Telephone bills are very expensive these days. In fact, they are astronomical. So we have this little tin box. And what we do is when we make a call, we take our small coin and we put it in the box. It's amazing how it mounts up.
I should think that it does, Trevor. I can just imagine how it mounts up. And I bet it comes in very useful.
Very useful indeed. We usually have enough to pay the telephone bill, a few incidentals, and enough left over for a dinner.
What a marvellous idea.
Yes, it is, Howard. But the small coin won't cover long distance. And there's been a lot of that, hasn't there, Howard?
Well, I have to keep up my contacts, Trevor.
Who are you trying to contact, Howard? Lord Byron?
No, don't put it away, Trevor. Now I know about it, I shall want to use it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, it makes sense, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it does, yes, yes. Thank you, Howard.
I was just using the phone, Mary. I think 5p should cover it.
As long as it's not Hong Kong.
What's the matter? You're angry with me. My little sister's angry with me. Why, what have I done?
You know what you've done. You told me you'd written that poem and it was by Lord Byron.
Well, I can explain that in one word, Mary. Reincarnation. Yes, you see, I think I was Lord Byron in a previous existence. Well, it would account for the uncanny resemblance, the profile, and even the limp. See, I think that poem was lodged in my subconscious just waiting for the call.
Stuff and nonsense. I just don't know what Laura must have thought.
Oh, I was just going to ring Laura up about that.
After all those stories you've told her, what are you going to say?
Well, I shall say I was frightened of losing her, that I love not wisely but too well, that once a man has his hands on the sacred chalice of love, he holds on for all his worth.
The sacred chalice of love?
Yes, that usually gets them. I think she'll understand.
Put the phone down on you.
You seem to have forgotten, Mary, that Laura and I are in love. You know what being in love means? Never having to say that you're sorry. Hello, Laura. This is Howard. Oh, she rang off.
Howard, you're hopeless. Let me speak to her.
I don't know what's the matter with her. Nobody's ever done that to me before. Must be all this living alone. It's turned her sour.
Hello, Laura, it's Mary. Yes, I know. Look, I wonder if you could see Howard for a few minutes. Oh, even if he was the last man on earth. Well, he's most upset about what happened. I think he meant it as a joke. I know. I know he is. He always has been. I agree, it wasn't funny. You don't have to tell me he's not funny. I have to live with it. But if you could see... Yes. Very well. I'll see you in a moment, Laura.
She's coming over. She wants to see me. The mind says no, but the heart says yes.
Not exactly, Howard. She's going away for a few days. She wants me to go round for the keys.
Going away? What am I going to do, Mary?
The best thing you can do, Howard, is to get a job. Earn some money. Try and win her respect.
You're right, Mary, as usual. My little sister's always right. I need money. I'll get a job. I've done it before. I'll do it again. There'll be oysters at the Savoy. Summer's in Nice, winter's in Summeridge. You wait, Mary. The champagne's going to flow again for Howard Bould.
I was talking about honest work, Howard. You must be prepared to start from the bottom.
Right again, Mary. There's nothing wrong with honest toil. I'll work with these hands. I'll rough it. No more delusions of grandeur, no more pretense from now on, just good, honest slog.
Oh, Howard, do you mean that?
Yes.
I think I'm going to cry.
Now, don't cry, little sister. Ring for a taxi. I'm going down to the job centre. Mary, I want you to be the first to know. I think I've got a job.
Howard.
Yes, no more playing at writing. From now on, it's going to be honest toil.
I'm so pleased. You are in love, aren't you?
I'm going to prove myself, Mary. I've been down to the job centre, and I'm thinking of getting into sewage.
Sewage?
Yes, there's quite a lot of people after it, but I stand a very good chance because I'm tall, you see. It helps. It helps when you're wading. There's just one very important question. Now, they did ask me this. Are you prepared to wash my overalls?
Overalls? Oh, Howard, you're not going to wear overalls. Can't you get a clean job?
Mary, I had a clean job, and look what happened. There was a slump in property, and I ended up in prison.
But that's no reason to accept the first job that's offered to you. Why can't you look around for a while?
I haven't got the time, Mary. When Laura comes back, I want to take her out. Wine her and dine her.
I know, but sewage.
Well, of course, there is an alternative.
What's that?
A small loan just to tide me over.
But I haven't got any money.
Look, I know it keeps you short, but you must need money sometimes. What do you do?
I robbed the telephone box.
Mary, I'm surprised at you. Couldn't you ask Trevor?
I don't like to. You know what he's like.
Well, it's either that or the sewage.
I'll see what he says. Trevor, I want to ask you something.
Just one moment, Mary. Look, why can't he use one piece of soap at a time? Little bits of soap all over this bathroom. I keep telling him if he'll only crumble them all up, he'll get a decent cake of soap. But he won't listen. He's so extravagant.
How can he be extravagant? You know he's short of money.
I'm not surprised.
In fact, he wondered if he could have a loan.
What? Oh, no, Mary, I've been waiting for this one. I've got my speech all ready. I'm going to tell him I'm bankrupt. I haven't got 2 pennies to rub together. I look forward to seeing his face fall.
But, Trevor, if he doesn't get the money, he'll have to go into sewage.
Sewage? Will he really? Sewage. Oh, Mary, you made my day.
Think of the smell.
Yes.
And think of all the soap he'll use.
No, don't supply him with soap. Carbolic.
He's so sensitive.
Well, never mind. It'll be a rich experience.
He won't stick to it.
No, but it'll certainly stick to him, won't it?
But aren't you forgetting what happens when he's short of money? He may start something.
Start something? What do you mean, start something?
You know what I mean.
You don't mean a caper?
It's happened before.
You mean a map of Sierra Leone and a fortune in uncut diamonds that turned out to be bath crystals? No, he wouldn't do that again. He would, yes.
If he did, think of the scandal.
I'll have a word with him, Mary. Howard, Mary's been talking to me.
Yes, Trevor.
She tells me you need a loan. Not entirely unexpected, is it, Howard?
No, Trevor.
Normally I'd have to say no, but I couldn't possibly let my brother-in-law go into sewage. I mean, what would our friends say? No, there'd be the most terrible stink. So, I am prepared to advance you a small loan at reasonable interest, 1 point above bank rate. Now, how much do you need to tide you over?
I should say about 500.
500? I haven't got that sort of money, Howard. £500? Why stop there? Why don't you ask for the moon and the stars? Or perhaps you like the gold fillings out of my teeth? Or Mary to pawn her jewellery?
That won't be necessary. Thank God I've still got my pride. I shall go where I've always gone for money. The bank.
Bank? You're wasting your time. They won't let you in through the door.
On the contrary, I have an appointment with the manager in the morning.
Oh, not my bank. Please say it's not my bank.
But of course it is. I've always gone there. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I wouldn't trust anybody else with my overdraft.
They've just put me on the Christmas card list.
Don't worry. It'll be all right. I've always got on very well with old Truscott.
But it's not old Truscott anymore.
What?
It's Scrimshaw.
Scrimshaw?
Yes.
What's he like?
He's known as Mr. Granite. No one's ever seen him smile. They say he feeds off the blood of widows and orphans. You remember him. He used to be a teller there years ago. Always gave you used notes.
No, I don't recall him.
You must do. Night at the golf club. You poured beer over his head and kissed Marion McCarthy.
Marion McCarthy?
His fiancée.
But that was years ago. He'll never remember that.
Of course, wouldn't you remember if somebody poured beer over your head? You won't get any money out of him. He was passionately jealous about Marion. It's not as if you've got any security. And he will not advance money without security.
Yes, you're right. I'm going to need some collateral.
Well, of course you are.
Trevor, you wouldn't happen to have an old atlas about anywhere, would you?
Well, I think there's one up in the spare room somewhere.
Thanks.
Howard, you're not thinking of drawing any maps, are you? Howard! Howard!
Mr. Scrimshaw. My name's Booth, Howard Booth. I don't suppose you remember me.
Yes, I remember you, Mr. Booth, from the golf club.
Oh. Well, how's the swings, Scrimshaw?
I'm afraid I don't get much time for golf these days.
Neither do I. Too busy, far too busy. And how's Marion, lovely girl, you lucky devil? How's she keeping?
I wouldn't know. She jilted me on our wedding day.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
No, you've been abroad, I understand.
Yes, Africa, Joburg, diamonds.
I understood it was Zimbabwe.
And Zimbabwe, all over in fact.
Well, I'm glad you called it.
I wouldn't go anywhere else. As soon as I got back, I came straight round to reopen my account. Always a pleasure to bank here. Such a warm, friendly staff.
Yes. What about your account?
It's the Friendly Bank, isn't it?
I beg your pardon?
It's known as the Friendly Bank. I mean, I could have gone to Barclays. They begged me, but I took your friendliness into consideration.
I have your account in front of me.
And your efficiency. Everything at your fingertips, Scrimshaw. I like that. It gives me confidence.
I wish I could share it. Your account appears to be overdrawn by the amount of £649.15.
And that's another thing I like about this bank. Accuracy. That's what I need. Up-to-the-minute information. Please give my compliments to whoever's responsible.
The question is, what are we going to do about it?
Well, it's not for me to tell you your job, but I would have thought that a personal loan of £1,500 would cover the overdraft and leave me a little bit over for spending money. That was the arrangement that I had with old Truscott.
Well, I'm afraid things have changed since Truscott's time. I don't grant loans quite so easily, especially to people who have no visible means of support, no security, and who are, to all intents and purposes, penniless.
Oh, I see. You only lend money to those people who've already got it. I didn't realize. Isn't that rather pointless? I don't think you're going to go very far in banking. Well, it would seem that I'm here on a fruitless errand. I'll bid you good morning and take my custom elsewhere. Quite frankly, I can't see why you bothered to see me at all.
I can explain that, Mr. Booth. It was to withdraw your check card.
My check card? Congratulations, Scrimshaw.
What?
Well, Truscott wouldn't have thought of that. I can see you're made of sterner stuff. That's exactly what this bank needs. I know my money will be safe with a man like you.
But it isn't your money, it's ours. £649.15 to be precise.
Don't worry about that. You said you wanted security. Take a look at that.
Appears to be a map.
Careful, there's no copy and it could be worth millions.
Millions?
Yes, I didn't waste my time when I was out in Africa. I was a soldier of fortune, Scrimshaw. I've seen sights that would freeze your blood. Terrible sights. But during all these privations, I kept my eye on the main chance. And it was during this time that I met Mad Henry.
Mad Henry?
Oh, legendary figure out there. He was sick with malaria when I met him, already dying. I carried him on my back for miles, across the trackless wastes, looking for water. His eyes were burning with fever. I knew the end wasn't far off. And then he thrust that crumpled piece of paper into my hand and uttered one last dying word. Diamonds.
Diamonds? diamonds.
Yes, you see, that map shows the point where the borders of Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone meet. Well-known diamond country. And that cross marks the exact spot where he made the find. Now, all I need is 1,000 to secure the lease on that land. When are you in, Scrimshaw? It could be worth $1 million to you.
$1 million? I can't advance the bank's money on an enterprise of this kind.
Oh, I see. Too rich for your blood, eh, Scrimshaw?
But all we have here is a piece of paper.
I get it. You want to see the diamonds.
Have you got them?
Yes. They were in a leather pouch around Mad Henry's neck. 5 large uncut stones.
May I see them?
Not here. It's too dangerous. I may have been followed. My place. I'll give you a ring. Meanwhile, not a word to a living soul.
Of course not.
This map is dynamite. It could cause a slump in the diamond markets of the world. You're in danger even knowing that it exists. Wait for my call.
Yes.
I'm glad I wasn't wrong about you, Scrimshaw.
I forgot his check card.
You found the house all right then, Scrimshaw?
Yes, it's quite a nice property.
Yes, well, it'll do for the time being.
Didn't Laura Miles used to live here?
Yes, as a matter of fact, she did. Scotch?
Oh, thank you. You know, I'm surprised that a man in your circumstances needs to borrow money at all, Booth.
I need money quickly. Time is of the essence. Well, are you in or out?
£1,000 is a lot of money. I couldn't commit the bank's money.
I see. Dragging your feet, eh?
I would have to use my own money.
Ah. Sensible man.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to show you something that will astonish you.
Oh.
Do you know what these are? Uncut diamonds.
Diamond?
Yes. Now, these together with a map should reassure you. And all I'm asking for is 1,500.
You said 1,000.
Well, I was forgetting my expenses.
1,500 is out of the question.
Oh, stop thinking small, Scrimshaw. Think of the opportunity. We could be worth millions.
I've just finished the windows, Governor.
Splendid.
That'll be fine.
Oh, I don't think I've got it on me. Pay him, would you, Scrimshaw? Wait a minute. How long have you been out there?
Well, only a minute. Why?
Did you hear what we were saying?
Not really.
Then why are you staring at those so intently? He knows what they are, Scrimshaw. He's seen uncut diamonds before.
Diamonds?
What's your name?
Alf.
Who sent you, Alf?
No one. I just came to clean the windows, Governor.
Do you know, that's just implausible enough to be true. One thing's certain, Scrimshaw, we can't let this man go.
What?
He knows too much. He could bring the diamond markets of the world toppling. He could destroy the whole balance of international trade.
No. I just clean windows, that's all. You did say diamonds.
There's only one thing to do, Scrimshaw. We'll have to take him in with us. Now, listen, Alf, if you could raise 500, we'll cut you in on the deal.
I can't raise 500. I'm only a window cleaner.
Well, couldn't you sell your ladders?
I've got a partner.
Oh, pity. This could have been your big chance. In that case, we'll just have to trust you. Now, listen. I want your word, as a window cleaner, that you won't tell a living soul that we're in possession of that map, a map that could lead us to a fortune in uncut diamonds.
Diamonds. Wait a minute. I'll have a word with my partner. He's out the front.
Good heavens, Booth. Do we really need people like that?
He may not look much, but you should have seen Mad Henry, ragged shirt, eyes staring in their sockets.
Yes, I've heard all that before, but can we trust them?
I know what's worrying you, Scrimshaw. You don't like the idea of a four-way split. I should watch that. The flushed cheeks, the glazed eye. You've got diamond fever, Scrimshaw.
Nonsense. I've had a word with Charlie. He's not sure if he wants to come in. Show him the map.
Come on, Alf. Anyone can draw a map. Now then, where are these diamonds?
Here. And these are just a sample. We're going to be able to pick them out of the ground, Charlie.
Sounds a bit risky to me.
Everything's risky. You could fall from your ladder and break your neck. Life's short, Charlie, but diamonds are forever.
They don't look very bright.
They're uncut.
Oh, yeah. They're supposed to taste cold on the tongue, aren't they? This is bitter.
Well, of course it's bitter. I had to get them out of the country. They were smuggled north inside a camel's rectum.
I need a drink.
Yes, we all need a drink. success, gentlemen. All right. It's a gamble. We're all gambling on Mad Henry. It may be that there are no diamonds, but I think it's a risk worth taking, and it's only going to cost £2,000.
Just a minute, you said 1,500?
2,000 stricken.
Well, I don't know. It's a lot of money, isn't it?
What do you mean? These diamonds alone are worth that? Wait a minute. There are only 4. There were 5 a minute ago. One's missing. Who's got sticky fingers? All right, gentlemen. No one leaves this room until that diamond's found.
Well, don't look at me.
I haven't got it.
Scrimshaw.
I'm terribly sorry. Said your ball in my pocket. This diamond had got smaller.
What? No, the diamonds aren't getting smaller. It's your eyes that are getting larger, Scrimshaw. That's what diamonds do to people. I've seen men sell their souls for a handful of these beauties. They'll steal, even kill for them. We must trust each other.
Yes, I agree. Trust is essential.
Yeah, well, if we don't trust each other, we might as well back it in,
Yeah,
mightn't
one
we?
for all and all for one.
That's right. Here. Then why should he hold the map?
Yes, you said there was only one map. There's no copy.
Well, it's safer this way. Another copy might get into the wrong hands.
Oh, yeah. But suppose you are the wrong hands. I mean, we've got to protect our investment, haven't we? eh?
That's right. There's nothing personal, Booth.
All right. If that's how you feel, I'll tear the map up into 4 separate pieces.
Careful.
And we'll each keep one until the time comes. Your checks, please, gentlemen, and make them out to cash. And Scrimshaw, no credit cards.
Good heavens, what's going on here? I thought you were supposed to be watering the plants. And who are these people drinking and smoking? You can hardly see across the room.
But
Just look at this mess.
Mary,
Now get tidied up and get these loafers out of here. Do you hear me?
Oh, Mary. Housekeeper. Little bit neurotic, I'm afraid.
Marvellous, isn't it, eh? The only map gone up in flames.
I don't think we were meant to be rich.
Nah. Come on, Alf. Back to the windows, mate.
Yeah. Well, just once in my life I thought it was all within my grasp.
Well, perhaps I can remember the map.
But you think you could?
Oh, yes.
Just a minute. I thought you said diamonds were forever, Booth.
They are.
These are melting.
Good heavens. Do you know what this means?
What?
Mad Henry was mad after all.
What?